So this is the pound dollar analysis for Monday the 2nd of October. I'm going to first go out to the higher time frames to see where we are. Now, last month we broke out, we continued our breakout of the range of the pound on the monthly time frame. We did go up as high as 36, just above 36.50, near 36.60, 136.60, and we did pull back somewhat on the monthly time frame. Looking at the monthly time frame, you could say we are still pretty bullish. If we go down to the weekly time frame, let's get some perspective. As you can see here, where we reverse from the 136.57 is pretty much where the weekly close was on the Brexit week. So it's pretty much to the pip, almost to the pip, that we reversed and pulled back somewhat on the weekly time frame. Now the candles to the downside, as you can see, they do appear small at present, and with wicks to the upside suggesting that there has been some buying pressure in the market. So a further pullback and possible bounce to retest the 36.57 seems a likely scenario. To the downside, however, we can go have a look on a lower time frame. Before we do that, let's continue on the weekly time frame. And as you can see, we've had we've had lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Again, showing upward movement in price with continuation of the higher lows. Now if I go down to ideally, I'd only use the daily chart. Let's have a look. On the daily chart, you can see the pullbacks more pronounced. Now to where the pullback could, let's just see where I was looking at the pullback to go all the way down to. Let me just have a look on this chart here. So if I could, let's just zoom in a bit. Let's just zoom in, and where is it? So about 130. So if I go out to the weekly chart, let's see where the levels are, in around 130. So okay, there we are. That is 131.47. You could say that was just before we had this breakout here. Strong candle there on the weekly chart. The week beginning the 4th of the 9th. So at the start of September, there broke out of this. We were heading upwards anyway, but we pretty much had a strong move. Over here, we were a bit indecisive. We had bullish weeks, bearish weeks, bullish weeks, bearish weeks. But this showed a continuation to the upside with a small candles, suggesting a bit of a volatility. Well, volatility came down somewhat in terms of the bodies of these candles and them being smaller, suggesting that the market participants were waiting on an event, which it did occur, and it was perceived as bullish, and price continued to the upside. Now we are pulling back, and we do have to bear that in mind. But due to the candles pretty much not, due to the candles not giving away all the gains, the candles are smaller to the downside. I would expect to eventually see bottoming in the downward momentum for a further retest of the 36.57. So if I go down to the execution time frame, the hourly charts, and let's just see where it is. At the moment it looks a bit messy, but thanks to the levels being marked in, I have a better idea of where prices are likely to head. So similar to the previous week, and similar to euro dollar, we've gapped down at the start. We've come up, filled the gap, and we do appear to be heading in a downward direction bearishly. Now we do look likely to retest the 33.50. We could possibly bounce and then retest 34.29, but we do appear to be slowly heading downwards. So 33.50, a break and hold of that should see price go down to test the 32.81, underneath which 31.47 level I mentioned earlier should come into focus. That's where we're looking to this week. Now a break to the upside would likely require a fundamental catalyst. A break and hold, because over here you can see we didn't hold the level, we went beneath it again. Should see a move up to the moving average here. Let's see where that moving average is. Well, so it's going to move, it's on the hourly chart, but 34.74, that's where it is currently. But the last week's open at 34.88. We'll just see how prices react in around there. Now if we do get a strong momentum from where we are, a retest of 36.57 is my upside target. Now I've got a mark on this week's weekly pivot, which is, let me just get this scaling on this chart correct, and should give me my levels. So this week's opened at 33.68. 33.68. If we go down to the hourly, let's just see what we are. 33.68. Yeah, we're. Let's just get on the charts. 33.68. Let's just say 3. As you can see, this is me looking at charts for the first time, especially since last week, because I don't do analysis on Friday of what's actually happened. I do analysis before the day. I don't do a weekly roundup or a recap. So 33.68, that's where we are. That's where we've opened. So priority to bearish signals beneath that level, and slightly cautious to the upside above that level. Until we pretty much, I'd probably say until we get above 35, then I could be confident in it going to 36.57. So my overall view at the moment of the market is further continuation to the downside. Another retest of 33.50, a break of which should see 32.80 come into focus. But I do expect the upward momentum on the pound to continue over the long term. Before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.